For a foreign SMB with limited resources, the most effective way to begin operations in India is to focus on strategic planning and leveraging available support systems. India presents an undeniable draw due to its sheer market size, impressive growth projections, and vast talent pool. This is precisely why many nimble and innovative SMEs are eager to capture a piece of this potential. However, the conversation often shifts to a less glamorous reality: the regulatory labyrinth. The complex laws, extensive paperwork, and inherent bureaucracy can feel like a formidable barrier, deterring even the most ambitious. Here's the crucial insight, though. This complexity, while real, is not insurmountable. In fact, for the well-prepared SMB, it represents a unique opportunity to build a solid, compliant foundation that bigger, slower players might overlook. This video will show you why the regulatory labyrinth, correctly understood and approached, can actually become a competitive advantage for your business in India. First, let's dissect the challenge of compliance itself, which are multi-layered laws. India operates with laws at the central, state, and even local levels. You have corporate laws, tax laws like GST and income tax, labor laws, environmental regulations, and specific licenses required depending on your industry and location. And here's the kicker: state laws can vary significantly. What's compliant in Maharashtra might have a subtle but critical difference in Gujarat. For an SMB lacking a large internal legal department, this patchwork feels like a constant game of catch-up. Then there's the frequent policy changes. India, as you know, is a dynamic economy, and its government is constantly evolving its policies to spur growth or to address new challenges. This means that laws can be amended, new rules are introduced, or interpretations can be updated with little advance notice. For an SMB, monitoring these shifts, understanding their implications, and quickly adapting your processes can be a huge drain on time and internal resources. It feels like hitting a moving target. And let's not forget the basic bureaucracy and paperwork. While there's been significant digitalization, navigating government approvals, licenses, and routine filings can still be time-consuming. It involves specific forms, precise documentation, and understanding local procedures. This isn't just an inconvenience. For an SMB, every hour spent on paperwork is an hour not spent on sales, product development, or customer service. Finally, the taxation system. Even with GST, India's tax framework for foreign businesses can be complex, especially concerning international transactions, transfer pricing, and various indirect taxes. The sheer volume of compliances and the need for meticulous record keeping can be intimidating for smaller finance teams. Now, despite these challenges, here's why the regulatory labyrinth should not deter your foreign SMB. In fact, it can be a strategic advantage for those who approach it correctly. First, India's relentless push for ease of doing business is real. The government understands these challenges. Initiatives like the simplified SPICE Plus form for company incorporation have drastically cut down setup times. Digital platforms for GST, MCA filings, and various permits are continuously improving. You're not navigating this alone in the dark anymore. The infrastructure for compliance is becoming more streamlined. Second, professional support is readily available and specialized. India has a robust ecosystem of highly competent legal, tax, and compliance firms that specialize in guiding foreign businesses. They have the on-the-ground expertise to navigate the multi-layered laws, monitor changes, and manage your filings. Leveraging their specialization frees your limited internal resources to focus on your core business. You don't need a large internal team, but you need the right external partners. Third, compliance builds long-term stability and trust. While navigating the rules takes effort, a compliant SMB builds immediate credibility with regulators, partners, and customers. It signals that you are a serious long-term player, not a fly-by-night operation. This foundation of trust is invaluable for sustained growth and smooth operations, and it can be a competitive differentiator against less diligent local players. And finally, for nimble SMBs, complexity can be your barrier to entry protection. If larger, slower companies are deterred by the same complexity, it creates opportunities for agile SMBs like yours to secure a niche, build early market share through diligent navigation, and then scale effectively. You adapt faster, you learn faster, and you win faster. The regulatory labyrinth in India is a reality. It presents challenges from multi-layered laws and frequent changes to paperwork burdens and complex taxation. But for the foreign SMB, this should not be a deterrent. Instead, it's an opportunity. By leveraging India's push for ease of doing business, tapping into specialized professional support, and building on a foundation of proactive compliance, you transform this perceived labyrinth into a launchpad for incredible growth. Unmasking and effectively navigating India's regulatory hidden costs is critical for your profitability and success in India. If you are leading a foreign SMB and concerned about the true cost of operating in India, we are here. Respublica Imperium specializes in guiding established foreign companies as well as nimble SMBs like yours through every layer of India's market, from identifying and mitigating hidden costs to ensuring robust compliance and optimizing operations for sustainable growth. Contact us today for a personalized consultation on transforming India's regulatory challenges into your strategic advantage. Let's ensure that your India strategy is built on total clarity and not on unforeseen expenses.